Hey guys, happy What Wednesday.
So we have an exciting video planned for you today. We're going to interview Shelia McBride. Woo! And it's going to be a two-part series. This first part, which is this video, we're going to discuss her roles as a diagnostician.
And next week or the following week, we will be doing part 2 of this series. And part 2 will be talking about her role as a program extension specialist.
And all the special projects that she has to go along with that.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Hey guys, so we are here with Shelia McBride.
Hello.
And as we said earlier, she has two roles, the diagnostician and the program extension specialist. So today, we're going to be focusing on her role as the diagnostician.
So, Shelia, how did you get started as a diagnostician?
Well, that's a long story, but I'll try to make it short. I started working in the Department of Plant Pathology 30 years ago, and I started working in a nematology lab and decided that this was really cool. I worked in the greenhouses and learned to identify morphologically nematodes. Then I moved into a fungal genetics lab where I learned molecular techniques and that sort of thing, where I was working on rice blast. I then transitioned into a role in the department where I was Jackie of all trades, basically, the building proctor and taking care of scientific equipment. And then that's where the transition changed. I decided that I wanted to get back into science and doing things to service people of Texas, and the diagnostician role was available. So I was asked to apply for the position, and luckily I got it because I love this job. I actually found my niche as far as being part of an extension group.
Great. That sounds awesome. So why don't you tell us what you do as a diagnostician?
So as a diagnostician, the role has many hats. But as a diagnostician, we try to diagnose samples that come in, and y'all heard these stories before in some other news briefs, where samples come in and then we take a look at them and try to decide if there's a disease or a pathogen that is causing the plant to die or to decline. My best friend, this is my best friend in the clinic right here, one of which, okay, my other one's on my left hand side, not Mandy, and then my other role as a diagnostician that I do in here is to incorporate student workers so that they can come in and kind of get a feel for what plant pathology is about. We diagnose all plants and all diseases. One of the other things I do as a diagnostician is to write reports. So once we find out what it could possibly be, I take that information and I generate a report for each sample that comes in and try to give them recommendations as to how to fix the problem if they can, and just provide them as much information, even about the pathogens sometimes, if I can.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff.
So what's your favorite part of being a diagnostician?
That's going to be really hard, Mandy, because first of all, I don't like having just one favorite thing. But my favorite part is getting the undergraduates in here and teaching the undergraduates and having them experience what plant pathology is all about, because I don't think they get a very broad sense in their classroom, but in here they really can blossom, and you can actually see their passion, and I love to see their passion, and I love to see them spread their wings. So that's my favorite part.
And that's what Tracy started as.
Yeah.
So.
Right. And
I was your favorite part.
Yes, yes. Now, ultimately, from the 6th grade, the microscopes have always been something that has always been a passion of mine.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's your best friend.
Yeah,
right. So why don't you tell us about your favorite pathogen that you see here in the lab?
Well, I'm going to be biased, Tracy, because I just graduated in May with my master's, and I worked on Phytotoxicopsis omnivora, which is cotton root rot, Texas root rot, Phytotoxicopsis root rot, and so yes, that's my favorite pathogen. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm so happy that you were here and we were able to interview you. And
Well, thank you for the offer and for me to explain some of what I do here.
we'll see you again next week.
Okay, I look forward to it. Thanks.
So cheese and crackers, Tracy, that was a lot, and this is only part 1.
I know. It is insane how integral her role as our diagnostician is to the normal function of the lab.
So stay tuned for next week when we go over part 2.
Have a good week.